What is going on, guys? Shark here. Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be doing my NFL power rankings after week 2. I'm going to do this on Mondays. I know there's a game tonight, but I'm going to do this on Mondays. Alright, number 32 is the Jaguars. They're just not a good team at all. Urban Meyer's an awful coach, and Trevor Lawrence is struggling. I'm not saying he's a bust, but he's struggling right now, and this team is just awful all around. Then you got the Jets, who, again, their rookie quarterback is struggling. I think they're a little bit better, but still a very bad team all around. The Falcons, they have an aging quarterback that's not the same as he used to be. Their defense is just awful, and they lost Julio Jones, so their offense is not nearly as good. They're just not a good team. Number 29, we got the Lions, who just don't really have that great of a quarterback, and just overall they don't really have a very good defense either. Jeff Okudah got hurt. I don't know if he's back, but this team's not good. Number 28, we have the Texans, who were, in a lot of people's opinions, including mine, the worst team going into week 1. But they managed to win week 1 against the Jaguars pretty easily, and they also managed to hang in with the Browns a lot, too, for most of that game. So I think the Texans are a lot better than I thought they were going to be, so I'm putting them at 28 for now. Then we got the Giants, who are 0-2 right now. They should be 1-1, but they're 0-2 thanks to that offsides. But the Giants are just not, even if they did win that game, they would still be very low on this list because I don't believe in Daniel Jones, and I just don't think that they have that great of a team. Number 26, we have the Vikings, who should have won yesterday, but a missed kick the ending missed kick hurt them a lot. And Kyler Murray threw 2 interceptions. So they had all the chances in the world to win that game, and they couldn't do it. And they just don't have a good defense. Number 25. Okay, you're going to notice that a lot of these teams don't have a very good defense at the end, or at the beginning, I mean, towards the end of the tier list. Alright, or towards the end of the power rankings. The Bengals are 25, coming off of a loss to my favorite team, the Bears. The Bengals, Joe Burrow didn't look good. He did look good in week 1, but their offensive line's awful. I still think they should have drafted Penei Sewell, and they just don't have a very good defense. Number 24, we got the Eagles, who are actually not that awful, not actually that bad. They could compete with a lot of teams. I think Jalen Hurts still has a lot of upside. I think that they could be a good team. They won week 1, lost week 2. I mean, they hung in there with the Niners, so I think they're still they're an okay team. They're not awful. Number 22 or 23, we got the Titans, which I never have believed in the Titans this year. I think their defense is awful. I thought that Derrick Henry got a little bit figured out, but he did have a big week this week. But I just think the Titans are very bad, and I don't think they're good at all. Number 22 is my favorite team, the Chicago Bears, who just could not compete with the Rams on week 1, but were able to beat the Bengals week 2. It's not that hard of an opponent, but the Bears defense looked like the old Bears defense, so they looked good. Number 21, we got the Patriots, who they have a rookie quarterback who's actually looking pretty decent right now. Mac Jones looks decent. The Patriots, Bill Belichick's their coach. They have a good defense. They have playmakers on offense. They're overall a good team. And they were able to handle the Jets pretty easily, but I just don't think they're as good as some of these other teams. But I think that the Patriots are actually a good team. It's hard to put them over a lot of other teams. I don't know why I just ignore that. I'm sorry that it says, I'm sorry that I haven't changed the football team yet, but this website haven't updated yet. But the football team are number 20. They kind of deserve to beat the Giants. I mean, they ended up beating them in the end. But I think they're also a good team. They have a great defense, but with Ryan Fitzpatrick hurt, that's going to hurt them. And if they can win without Ryan Fitzpatrick, when he comes back, they could very much go up in this tier list. Number 19, we got the Colts, who are my highest 0-2 team, I believe. I just really believe in the Colts. They've had 2 really tough matchups, and they have the hardest schedule in the NFL. But they've had really 2 tough matchups. They were able to hang in there with the Rams, and I think this is a very good all-around team. But this is 0-2. It's hard to put them any higher. Number 18, we got the Broncos, who I believe are my lowest 2-0 team. They just have not had very hard opponents, but they've looked good against the easy opponents so far. And I had them as my dark horse going in this year. I think they are a pretty good team. We have to wait until they actually face some actual good teams, because they've had the Giants and the Jaguars. So once they start playing good teams, they might either go up or go down. I don't know, but for now they're staying at 18. Number 17, we got the Chargers, who are a very good team. They have Justin Herbert, who did have a little bit of a rough game against the Cowboys, but I still think he's a great quarterback. They have a great offense. Their defense needs a little improvement, but it's still okay. This is a good team. I think if they win next week, they'll be in the top half for sure. And if they won this week in that close loss to the Cowboys, they would be in the top half. But since they're 1-1, they're just right now just in the bottom half. Coming out at the halfway point, we got the Saints. The Saints are they just destroyed the Packers, but then they just got rocked by the Panthers, which I wouldn't expect the Panthers to be like one of the best teams, but they surprised me. You will see them later on this list. But the Saints, they had a great week 1 and they had a very impressive week 1 and a not very impressive week 2. So I thought it would be fair to put them in the middle. Sorry, my dog's barking. But I thought it would be fair to put them right in the middle on this tier list because of their great week 1 and week 2. Week 2. Okay. Number 15, we got the Packers, who actually will play tonight. But I like to do this on Monday. But the Packers will play tonight. They've 0-1. They got killed by the Saints. Next week, if they win, they'll go up a lot for sure. But since they got killed week 1, I gotta keep them down here at 15. Number 14, we got the Miami Dolphins. Tua got hurt in that game, and they just got killed by the Bills. But I would say just don't think about that game. This is still a very talented team all around, and I still really like this team. Number 13, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers. Great team. I mean, I would say they're a good team. They're 1-1. They beat the Bills. So when you beat the Bills, you're a good team, in my opinion, if you can beat the Bills. They lost the Raiders, who have really surprised me this year, which you'll see later on this list. But I just think that the Steelers are a solid, pretty good team. I think that they beat the Bills, which that's the only reason why they're up here at 13. Number 12, we got the 2-0 49ers. The 49ers look really good. The only reason why they're not higher is because I'm not sure about their quarterback situation, but I think that they're still a good team. They have a great all-around team. Just the quarterback position is what holds them back for now. The Dallas Cowboys coming at number 11. They looked so good against the Buccaneers. They almost beat the Buccaneers in week 1, which I was very surprised. And they come out and beat a tough team in the Chargers in week 2. This team is a good team. They are better than I thought, and I really do believe in the Cowboys right now. Number 10, we got the Seahawks, who lost to the Titans in a game that they should have had won. I can't believe they lost that game. But I still think they have Russell Wilson as their quarterback, one of the best in the game. They have a great offense. Their defense is kind of weak. But with Russell Wilson as their quarterback, I can't keep them out of the top 10 for now. Number 9, we got the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers have really surprised me this year. I thought that I didn't think they were going to be a very good team this year. I had them being pretty bad. But they have came out and dominated. They beat the Saints. Now, they did beat Texans. Wait, no, it wasn't Texans. It was, wait. I don't remember who they beat week 1. But they just come out and they beat the Saints, who coming off of a Packers victory. They are 2-0. They're looking strong. Hard to keep the Panthers lower right now. Number 8, we got the 2-0 Cardinals. Kyler Murray looks great, despite throwing 2 interceptions in that game against the Vikings. They might have got lucky with that missed kick, but they're still 2-0, and their offense looks unstoppable right now. And it was an unstoppable offense that you can go really far in the NFL. Look at the Chiefs from a few years ago. So I got to keep them up there pretty high. Number 7, we got the Buffalo Bills, who are coming off of a win, a dominant win against the Dolphins, which I was impressed to see them score. Tua got hurt, but their offense looked very impressive against the Dolphins' defense. So, gotta give the Bills some credit, as their offense looks really good right now. After looking bad week 1. It looks like they are bounced back, maybe just had a little bit of troubles in week 1. Number 6 is it still says Oakland Raiders, but it's the Las Vegas Raiders. They have shocked me this year. I thought they were going to be a bad team this year, and they have just come out, beat the Ravens, beat the Steelers, 2 good teams. They have just came out and just been awesome. And you know the Ravens beat the Chiefs last night in a crazy game, and they were able to beat the Ravens. So you know that they're a good team. They are a great team. Number 5, we got the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are a great team all around, and their offense went off against the Texans. Yes, it's the Texans' defense, but if their offense can play like that, they're going to be so scary, this Browns team, that they could make it. They were my Super Bowl pick at the beginning of the year, and they're 1-1 right now after losing to the Chiefs week 1 in a very close game, but they are a very good team. Number 4, we got the Ravens, who just beat the Chiefs, who I didn't make a video on it, but were my number 1 last week. But the Ravens come in and they beat the Chiefs at home in a crazy game. And the Browns lost to the Chiefs. I think they got to be higher than the Browns. And this team, with a ton of injuries, when these players start to come back, this Ravens team could be even scarier and go into the top 3. So look out for the Ravens. They're number 4 for now. Number 3, we got the Chiefs, who are 1-1. The Chiefs, I had number 1 last week. They with their new offensive line, I thought, okay, this is the best team in the league. They're not going to lose very much. And they come in, they actually lose to the Ravens, who are desperate for a win. But they played great in that game. Their offense played great. Their defense was inconsistent. But this Chiefs team is still the Chiefs. Don't overreact. They're still a top 3 team in the NFL, in my opinion. In my opinion, probably what's next week, who they're going to win, and then whoever loses between my top 2 teams, the Rams and the Buccaneers, whoever loses between those 2 teams will fall back, and the Chiefs will go back up to number 2. But here we go. Number 2 and number 1 are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the LA Rams. 2 very well-rounded teams. Starting off at number 2, we got the Rams, who actually are not. Oh yeah, they are LA. Sorry. But the Rams. It's just because I saw the old logo, and I was like, wait. But the Rams are a fantastic team. Stafford looks great. Their defense was the number 1. There's probably still the number 1 defense in the whole league. Then they have a great offense too. This team is super scary, and this team is really scary, and they're going to make a Super Bowl run. I think they're going to have a chance for the Super Bowl. They're a Super Bowl contender all the way. And number 1 is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady looks great. He looks like he didn't age at all. He comes out firing the ball around, and this defense looks great. The offense looks even better. They brought all their players back. They won the Super Bowl last year. This team is so good. It's hard to keep them out of number 1. So thank you guys for watching. I'll be back with another video next week on my power rankings next Monday. So bye, guys.